One of our earliest experiences with character counts was in the juvenile offender program, where we started it in Tulare County in juvenile offender programs. And I have to be honest with you, these are high school age kids who had been adjudicated through the juvenile justice system and placed on probation. Michael has talked about building character and character development as being akin to launching a rocket, and he describes this rocket being launched and it's off course. And if the rocket's off course after launch, you want to make that course correction as soon as you possibly can, because it'll be pretty minor at that point in time. However, if you wait till the rocket's out there 20,000 to 30,000 miles and you try to make the course correction, then it's going to be enormous. Well, frankly, juvenile offenders of high school age are out there 20,000 or 30,000 miles. So there was some speculation about whether we could be successful in that particular situation. And frankly, we didn't even know if we could. But we were bound and determined to at least give it a shot. And we did. And one of the instances that happened, aside from attendance figures, we had better attendance, we had less discipline referrals, that kind of thing. Internally we saw that happening. But something happened that was really significant, that when I spoke to service clubs and newspapers that wanted an interview, this is what they were drawn to. One of our youngsters, it's a very famous character count story in Tulare County, one of our youngsters who had been adjudicated through the juvenile justice system for breaking and entering was out on the playground one day in the school grounds, and he looked down at the ground and he saw the custodian's key ring. Now the custodian's key ring, if you know anything about key rings, is the brass ring of all key rings, because it has that one very magical key on it known as the master key. Now for a streetwise kid, like this youngster was, to see the custodian's key ring on the ground, well, that was pretty impressive stuff. And we could only imagine that he probably said to himself, they're trying to cut my job in half. I no longer have to break, I just have to enter. But then he did something that was really unusual, and it astounded us, frankly. He turned the key ring in. But when he did, some of us sat down and asked ourselves, why did he do that? Because there's all kinds of reasons based on what we call the ethics of self-interest to do that. Clearly, he could have gained probation status. I mean, his own probation would have been, affected in a very positive way by that. His probation officer could put that in a report. Maybe there was a reward involved. There's all kinds of different reasons just based on what was best for him.